Top-funded traders don't see losses like you do. They see them as part of the system. It's just the cost of doing business instead of punishment or failure. Let me explain what that means. Every profession has a cost. A chef burns food, a mechanic breaks parts, a trader blows accounts. The difference is that most traders think they're supposed to win every time. That's not how this game works. A trader who wins every month isn't a trader. He's either lying or hasn't been trading long enough. The pros you see online, the ones managing millions, they've lost more accounts than most people have opened. But they learned something each time. They stopped treating losses like the end of a story and started treating them like the start of a new lesson. If you understand that, you're already ahead of most traders. Because here's what the top 1% know. They don't aim to avoid losses. They aim to survive them. A 100K account with a 10% max loss means you can lose 10K before the firm takes it back. That's your operating budget, not your safety net. If you risk 1% per trade, you have 10 bullets. You don't win every shot, but you only need a few clean hits to get paid. That's how the pros think. They focus on probability, not perfection. Now, before we go deeper, remember, the link for the best prop firms and promo codes is in the pinned comment. It also helps to support my work, so check it out after this video. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe right now. All right, back to it. When traders blow an account, the average one panics. He rewrites his plan, changes strategies, and jumps to a new system. The funded trader? He shrugs and buys another challenge. Why? Because he knows the goal isn't to pass once. It's to pass repeatedly until it becomes routine. They've detached from the emotion. Losing a challenge doesn't hurt because they don't attach it to their identity. They see it as paying rent for their seat at the table. That's what separates the guy who complains on Discord from the one quietly collecting payouts. It's like playing poker. If you sit at the table scared to lose chips, you'll fold every hand. But if you play your edge, over time the math works out in your favor. That's exactly what prop trading is, poker with risk management. The game rewards courage, but only when it's backed by discipline. Most beginners think risk management is just numbers. It's not. It's mindset. If you risk 1% per trade on a 100K account, that's 1K. If you aim for a 1 to 2 trade, you're trying to make 2K. But if you panic when the trade goes against you, you'll close early. And now you've destroyed your math before it even had a chance to play out. The best traders don't flinch. They trust their edge because they've seen it work hundreds of times. It's repetition that creates confidence, not wins. And you only get that repetition by being okay with losses. Now let's talk about the real reason people fear losing accounts: attachment. When you see a 100K account on the screen, your brain thinks it's real money. It's not. It's a tool. The best traders treat prop accounts like gym equipment. You train with it, you get stronger, but it's not your actual body. If you break a barbell, you don't cry. You grab another and lift again. That's exactly how they think. Evaluation phases are just training rounds. They risk more because it's not live yet. Maybe 2 or even 3% per trade. Why? Because wasting 2 months on a demo doesn't make sense if you're already profitable. Once they get funded, they cut the risk back down to 1 or 1.5%. That's how they keep consistency without burnout. Here's something nobody tells you. When you're funded, you don't need big wins. You just need stability. If you've got 200K in capital and you make just 3% in a month, that's 6K. Most people don't make that from their job. You don't need fireworks. You just need control. But you can't have control without detachment. That's why top traders build income outside of trading. It could be freelancing, business, or even part-time work. Because when your rent doesn't depend on your next trade, your decisions become logical. And logical traders survive. Emotional ones don't. It's funny. People think the market tests your strategy. No, The market tests your patience, your ego, your discipline. That's the exam most traders fail. And let's address the big question. Are prop firms even sustainable? Yes, if you understand how the game works. The firms rely on math too. They know most traders will lose. The losses pay for the winners. It's not gambling. It's a business. And like any business, it needs rules. If rules didn't exist, payouts would dry up. So when you see strict rules like max daily loss or minimum trading days, stop crying about them. They're what keep the system alive. Think of it like gravity. You don't like gravity, but you need it to walk. Prop firm rules are gravity for traders. Without them, the whole thing floats away. Now, there's another side most people don't talk about. Some firms act unfairly. They delay payouts or invent reasons to fail traders. That's why regulation is coming. When it does, only the serious firms will stay. The ones built to last. That's good for you. Because once that happens, funded trading becomes a legitimate career path for the next decade. Here's something every consistent trader I've met says. It's not the winning months that made them better. It's the losing ones. Because the pain of a red month forces you to analyze what went wrong. When you win, you celebrate. When you lose, you study. That's how growth happens. So when you blow an account, instead of panicking, do this. Take one day off. Clear your head. Then review every trade like a detective. Ask what emotion made you enter, what rule you broke, and what pattern repeated. If you fix one mistake per month, in a year you'll be unrecognizable. Most people quit right before their breakthrough. They think trading is about finding the perfect setup. It's not. It's about finding the version of yourself that can execute setups without fear. Confidence doesn't come from signals or strategies. It comes from data. If you backtested a strategy and seen it win over 100 trades, one loss won't shake you. You'll say, it's fine, the math will catch up. That's the mindset of a top trader. You can't fake that. You earn it through time in the trenches. Now, let's talk about scaling. The smartest traders treat prop firms like fuel stations. They pass multiple challenges, get funded across firms, and diversify. If one firm delays payouts, they still have income from another. They copy trade between accounts, but manage risk smartly. That's how they turn a few 100K accounts into 7 figures in capital. But notice something, they never rely on luck. They rely on structure. Their routines are boring, but their results are loud. Wake up, trade the plan, walk away, repeat. That's how you build a career, not a highlight reel. Remember, every top trader used to be a beginner who blew accounts. The only difference is they didn't stop. They saw every blown account as tuition. The price you pay to learn how to win. So if you've lost a few challenges, good. You're in the game. You're learning. Just make sure you're learning the right lessons. Here's a simple rule I want you to remember. When you lose, don't shrink. Expand. Analyze. Adapt. Because every time you do, your next challenge gets easier. Your psychology hardens. Your reactions slow down. Your patience grows. That's the secret ingredient nobody sees. Now, if you've gotten value so far, pause for a second. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. And remember, the link for the best prop firms and promo codes is in the pinned comment. It also helps support my work, and I really appreciate that. All right, let's close with this. Trading will break you before it builds you. But the moment you stop fearing losses, everything changes. You stop chasing. You start planning. You stop hoping. You start executing. You stop needing luck. You start becoming the edge. Top traders don't avoid pain. They master it. They build a mindset so strong that losing an account feels like brushing their teeth. Just another task before the next opportunity. And when you reach that level of detachment, trading stops being a battle. It becomes a game. And in that game, Confidence is your weapon. Patience is your shield. And discipline is your castle. You won't win every day. You won't win every month. But you'll survive every phase, every drawdown, and every setback. And that's how real traders win. So next time you blow an account, don't cry. Smile, because you're one account closer to mastering this craft. Now go trade smart, manage your risk, and keep growing. And don't forget, the link for the best prop firms and promo codes is in the pinned comment. It helps support the channel and helps you find trusted firms. Like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.